Hey everybody, welcome back. Today I'm going to show you the MSR Trailshot, an ultralight backpacking water filter. Hey everybody, welcome back. So today I'm going to show you this MSR Trailshot. It is a pocket-sized water filter designed for hiking, camping, travel, whatever, and emergency preparedness as well. It's designed specifically for people who want an effective, reliable water filter without a lot of the weight. When it's not used on the trail, it's on hand to provide clean water during disasters, emergency, and in survival situations. I would think something like this in your bug-out bag would be pretty handy. You can drink directly from lakes, rivers, and streams without lying in the dirt. And with the help of the tube attachment, you can fill a water bottle, hydration pack, or any other vessel. The easy one-handed pumping mechanism, and 1 liter per 60 seconds it says it will give you. I'll show you that in a minute. You can just pump like that. Now I don't know about the 1 liter every 60 seconds, but it is a pretty decent flow. I have tried it out with just plain water. We're actually going to filter some dirty water today. But it is much faster than a Sawyer Mini, and in my opinion, that makes it a bit of a better option. It's pocket-sized, lightweight, cleans water on the go, really handy. The nice part about it is you can drink directly from it on the top here. If you pull this off and you put this in the water, it's not like a Life Straw where you're literally lying in the dirt to drink. You got a good long, distance there where you don't have to sit in the dirt and drink out of the pond. So let me back up the camera a little bit and show you how it works. Now as you can see, it's really not that big. It does come with a Ranger band to hold it all together there. And the hose is very non-kinking. I guess that's the best way I could put it. A lot of times you'll see it kink when I fold it up like this, and that's fine for folding it up, but it doesn't keep that there. It immediately pops out. So it's a decent, I don't know if it's some kind of silicone or rubber, but it's a decent hose. You have a pre-filter on the end here, so that will get out most of your sediment and larger items. And then you have your hollow fiber membrane, similar type hollow fiber technology in there, and it will trap protozoa like Giardia, Cryptosporidium, and bacteria like Salmonella. It's effective against bacteria at 99.999 and protozoa 99.9%, and all particulate. Filters up to 2,000 liters of water. It doesn't use chlorine, iodine, or anything like that. Basically how this works, for those of you that don't know about hollow fiber membrane filters, is the filter's a mass of small tubes that are small enough for the water to pass through, but they're too small for any big contaminants to pass through. So it's a 0.2 micron filter. It won't remove chemical contaminants, like agricultural chemicals, but it will remove sediment, junk, dirt, Cryptosporidium, whatever else is in your water. So if you're going to a place where you know it's like off-run from a nuclear plant, don't use this filter. But if you're going out in the wilderness, it'll work just fine. So let me get my dirty water and clean water up here, and let's do a quick demo for you. All right. We've got some dirty water. Now, how I made this water, if you know anything about the Nevada desert out here, you know we have that silty poof dirt kind of stuff. So I just sprayed some water into the ground where there were no rocks, scooped it up, put it in there, and put more water in there to give it a good mix. And I have mixed it up a little bit. I used a spoon to make sure it's all cloudy in there. I don't want to cheat it and not give it the dirtiest water possible. And we're going to point it in here and see what kind of water we get out of it. Now you do have to prime it a little bit, so let's get that going. There we go. Now it'll be interesting because in the past I have seen that when you filter using the Sawyer Minis, that I always got that, silty kind of sand taste in my water. I think you can see right here how clean that's coming. It's coming nice and clean out of there. And the flow rate is definitely decent. And there's no real hard squeezing with this, nothing difficult. You're just pumping the water out, no problem. So let's take a taste of it. Then I'll show you how to clean it after the fact. Let's take that out and take a quick taste of this. There's what it looks like. I think you can tell a big difference between that and that. Let's take a taste. Yeah, and there's absolutely none of that sandy, silty kind of taste. I will say this, now this is the first time I've used this. There is a bit of a rubbery taste to it. You know when you have a new container of something and it has that kind of rubbery taste to it? So I would suggest you run it through a few times with some regular tap water. It's not anything off-putting or horrible, but for some people with really sensitive, taste, you might be like, ooh, that kind of tastes like a chemical. It's not. It's just the new rubber kind of taste. There's no kind of nasty dirt taste to it. When dirt gets mixed into water and you drink it, you have that little hint of dirt taste. None of that at all. It's actually really good, and I'm really impressed. Yeah. So I will run it through a few more times. Let's continue to filter that out. And you see how easy it is to use. I mean, this is super simple to do. Really doesn't take much. If you want to stop by a stream and just get a quick drink of water, you can pump that back and forth. Comes back real easily. So if you want to just stop by a stream, get a quick drink of water, you don't even need to fill it up. Now you can connect these to a reservoir of a hydration pad. Some people have pulled the bite valve off and shoved the hose into the pump spout here. On this end, this piece will come off on the end here. Let me show you. This piece here, you pull that off. We'll pull that off later to clean it. But you can do that and just squeeze your water through your hydration bladder. The problem is you get your hydration bladder dirty with dirty water. That's why I don't necessarily like to fill my hydration bladders with contaminated water and then use a filter on them. I'd rather filter it first and put them in there, just for long term, especially if I don't have a way to really sanitize them out on the trail. That means that's constantly dirty now until you get home and you can sanitize that hydration bladder. So all in all, I like the flow rate, and it definitely seems to be doing an awesome job. So let me clean this up, and I'll show you how to clean up the filter and backwash it. All right, so let's say you want to clean this now. Really simple to do. Now this is going to be a little wet and messy because it's full, and I want to keep it full. I want to have the water in there for a reason. As a matter of fact, I'm going to add a little bit more water to it just to get some fresh water in here. Clean that out, put some fresh water in there for rinsing purposes. So we got a little bit of water in there, as you can see through the clear tube there. We're going to take this tube off the end here. All right, so that tube just does pop right off the end there. The first time you do it, it's going to be a good tug, but you're okay. Now, you're going to cover this end here, okay? You cover this end and shake it up good. We've got the clean water in there now, so we're going to shake it up really good. Now what you want to do here is then squeeze it out. Let me close the cap on the top. Squeeze it out the bottom until the water runs clear. Now as you can see here, that's still kind of cloudy. So we're going to do this a few more times until that water runs clear and you know your filter is completely cleared out. But for ease of cleaning, that is really, really simple to do. Not hard at all. So let me run it through a few more times and I'll show you the final result once we get some fresh water in it. Alright, I've rinsed it through that one time you saw. I've done it one other time where it's still a little dirty. I'm going to get a little more water in here to shake around. You can usually tell in here it's looking pretty clean. I'm going to pop the end off, shake it up one last time. Let me dump out this clean water so it doesn't mess with the results we get. And let's see how clean it's coming out now. Okay? So we've successfully backwashed that. There is a little bit of murkiness in it, and maybe I'd do it a little bit more if I wasn't going to use it right away. But I'm going to be using this out here a lot more to test out. So all in all, I'm pretty pleased with it. It's a decent little thing. So let me clean up my mess here, and I'll give you some information on price and availability and where you can pick one up. So we've got it all dried off, and well, not all dried off, all cleaned out. I did take the pre-filter off and wash it off. The pre-filter on the bottom is really just a mesh screen, and it just pops right off. Now there is a way to do an integrity test with this, but it involves taking this piece out, turning it around, and there's a little inverted piece there. It'll stick out like this. You'll suck in some water, and if this lets go, that means your integrity of the system is messed up. So you'll squeeze it in, and it should hold in, squeezed in like that. So there is a way to do an integrity test. Again, I'm going to be using this more in videos, so I will show that to you after it's been used a bit. It's brand new right now. To tear it all apart for that, kind of pointless. But there is a way to do it, and you can look it up on other videos if you want. I am really impressed with it so far. I gotta say, for it to be able to filter the dirt that gets in the water out here and not have that sandy taste to it, really impressive to me. The Sawyers still have that taste in them. I'm not sure why that is, because it's really the same technology. It's probably just a better bit of a filter. But they really still have that taste when you do it with a Sawyer Mini. Whereas this, I put that in that thing, and it was absolutely just like tap water. Crystal clear, perfectly good. Now, a warning about hollow fiber membrane filters. If you live in an extremely cold climate, if that freezes, if those fibers freeze, it's not going to work. And it may not work right again after that. So if you're looking at, taking this somewhere where it's constantly below zero or below freezing all the time, that's something to consider. I love them because I live out here in the desert, and the coldest we get in the winter is maybe 17, 15 degrees. Maybe 1 or 2 days we'll have a light dusting of snow. So for us, it's really not a big issue. But if you live in a colder climate, you do have to remember that. Now, that can be mitigated by just simply wrapping this up inside of something, keeping it in the center of your gear or your pack, and it really won't be too much of a big issue. Now, unless you live in Alaska, that should take care of the problem. There are some places where it's so cold that won't even touch it. So all in all, I'm impressed with it. Now, the price. $49.95. Yeah, they're a little more expensive than the Sawyer Minis, but MSR makes really, really quality stuff. And one of the things I'm learning as I review gear is that there really is a little bit to that buy once, cry once adage. Now, yeah, a Sawyer water filter will save your life in an emergency if you need to filter water. This might do it a little better, might do it a little more efficient. I would say if you're a prepper on a budget, the Sawyer would be fine, because you're only going to use that if you're bugging out. If you're a hiker or a backpacker and you're going to be using this tons of times, maybe something like this is better because it will hold up longer. So, $49.95. I will put a link down below where you can pick that up. One of the things I do like about the pre-filter, I forgot to mention this, is that it's just a screen. This isn't going to go bad on you unless it gets damaged. Unless the integrity of this filter gets ripped, it's not going to go bad on you. I always hated things that had a pre-filter that you had to replace all the time. Like some kind of carbon cartridge or something. With that, you just stick it in the water, it's good to go. So that saves you a little bit of time and energy. And all in all, I'm really impressed with it. I really like it. It's a little more on the expensive side for water filters, although you can go way up the spectrum with $200 and $300 with some of the ceramic water filters that will filter out a lot more mega bad stuff out of your water. So all in all, pretty good deal. I'm going to be using this more in our adventures and in our channel. This will be the water filter that I use, and if it fails, well, you guys will see it here first. But I can't see it doing that. It seems to be working pretty well, and especially for it to get the taste of the crud of that dirt out of the water, that dry dirt kind of silty taste. I was really impressed with that, because I haven't found many filters that can do that, other than my little pump ceramic one, that the Survivamate filter, which did it. So I will put a link down below. The link will go to my Amazon store. You can purchase it at that link, or you can just go into the store and check it out, see if there's anything there you like. The link down below is directly to my store. Don't forget to check out our link down below for our Thrive Life. If you're interested in getting started in Thrive Life and some food storage, we're going to be doing a video on that pretty soon. As a matter of fact, it's right out here on my table. We're going to be cooking up some of their freeze-dried chicken. And if you're interested in getting started in that, check it out. It's definitely worth it, and it'll get you some freeze-dried food for your food storage, and that's good for 25 to 30 years, left sealed. You can't really beat it. It's kind of a set and forget survival food. Also, too, don't forget to check out our Food for Patriots link at preparewithiridium.com. Same deal. Get yourself some survival food. Get yourself some packages. We have a 2-week and a 4-week thing that's on sale right now. You can check them out. And I thank you for watching, folks. Stay safe and stay prepared.